I've always known that this was going to be a very challenging year. I don't think anybody who's ever sold a business would tell you that it's a walk in the park. And we knew that we were working up towards it. We've had a phenomenal year as a business, from a performance perspective as well. The team have really taken on their role and really focusing on growing the business, and they've been just, I'm so proud of them. You know, the last 3 months have been personally very challenging. Very challenging. You know, just being so out of my comfort zone in a world where I've never done this before. We've had brilliant advisors around us, but you know, ultimately you're making a very big decision on behalf of a lot of people, and that is an awful lot of responsibility, and I really felt that responsibility. I mean, you know I did, but it has been an incredibly challenging year from a growth perspective, and also from a I'm just going to go and do this. But it's, you know, having laid the groundwork with you a year ago, because we sat on this floor with more coloured pens and post-its.
And arts and craft paper over there.
Arts and craft paper. And mapped out what this year was going to look like. And I was staring down the barrel of a very, very difficult year. And there was no sugarcoating it. You didn't tell me it was going to be all right, because we both knew it was going to be hard work. And it was hard work, but it wasn't awful. It was good hard work, and I just knew that we needed to head down and crack on.
Yeah.
And lean into that difficulty, because difficulty is where you grow. And I knew that it was going to be a challenging year, but I also knew it was going to be very personally rewarding from a personal growth perspective.
Yeah.
And it's just about being brave.
Yeah. And I feel like we have been on that journey and grown up together over the past few years. I've never led a client through exit before. You know, we were just a couple of steps ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
But the thing that I love about it, and the thing it's been an absolute privilege for me to help you with, is keeping you throughout the process.
Yeah. And I think that's... I've never compromised my values.
Yeah.
And I've never compromised me at all during this process. You only have to speak to Ben Taylor from KPMG to know that he got full force on a number of occasions where I picked up the phone, and I'm really proud of myself for staying authentic.
Yeah.
I could have sat there and tried to pretend that I knew stuff that I didn't. I could have, you know, tried to be all suited and booted and very professional, what people would deem to be professional. No, I rocked up in my sequin Nirvana t-shirt on exchange day, and asked stupid questions, and asked them twice and still didn't understand the answer, because ultimately I know that it was important to me to stay myself, but also I know that there are other people coming along behind me.
Yeah.
And if I don't ask the stupid questions, people don't know that people don't know. So I think it was all about kind of me learning from the process, but also everybody learning from the process.
Yeah.
And kind of working out how we did it all together. So yeah, I came out the other side, popped out the other side, and I feel very proud of how both Ed and myself navigated the process, which was an awful lot. I mean, I've never seen so many legal documents before in my entire life. But again, it was like, I can do this. And
that's an exciting thought, right?
Yeah.
You can do that. What else can I do?
Exactly. And I think, you know, I've grown a business from nothing with Ed, yes, to a place where you have a team of 70 shedders and lots of clients, and we've done amazing things for our clients, and really proud of that. And not only that, with an amazing culture, with really solid values at the heart of it. And I think it's really taught me actually that if you apply yourself, and it's something that you really want and you're prepared to work for, you can do anything that you want, really. And you might be afraid, but if you follow the process and you follow the steps and you figure out why you're afraid and you work on that, then you can achieve anything.
It's true. It's absolutely true. So, what is your advice to other female entrepreneurs who are thinking whether they should get a coach?
Advice to people who think they should get a coach. So, well, A, get one. B,
I'll do.
I think the most important thing about a coach and figuring out if it's right for you is to go and try it. And I know that you offer sessions that are kind of taste sessions, and I think that's really important because it is so much about chemistry as well.
You've got to get the chemistry.
You have to get the chemistry. I mean, I've worked with other coaches before you, don't worry. And it just wasn't right. And there was nothing wrong with those coaches, but it's the same as it's a really important relationship to get right. And if you don't feel comfortable and there isn't that chemistry, then it's never going to work. And there is no point in you spending money on sessions with a coach where you cannot be yourself, because you're never going to get the outcome and the value from the money that you're investing in yourself. But yeah, if you're thinking about getting a coach, understand why you want that coach. What is it that you're hoping to achieve? Is it because someone else is just telling you that you need a coach? In which case you need to backtrack a little bit and figure out actually what is it that you're hoping to achieve from those sessions. And then there are so many events. I mean, there's Lean In and do all sorts of different events. There are loads of coaches online where you can actually take part in kind of group sessions or go and take some taste sessions with one, but just go and try it and see whether it works for you and if it's the right kind of relationship for you. It has been absolutely gold for me in terms of my own personal growth, having a personal cheerleader, which has been brilliant. But my confidence in terms of how I approach things, knowing that I can figure it out and there's always a way, and there's always a way that I can do it authentically me. That doesn't make any sense. I can do it in a way that's authentic to me.
Well, both.
Well, yes. It just gives you the confidence to tackle anything. And even if it's like a really difficult situation, and they do come along, actually knowing that you've got coping mechanisms behind you really does help take a lot of the fear out of the decision-making process. Yeah. And I think fear holds a lot of people back, even if it's really subconscious. Like, I can't do that, or if it feels uncomfortable, you've got to push through those. If you're going to grow as a leader and you're going to grow and scale a business, you need to be prepared to push through some of these difficult walls, and having somebody where you can actually to support you do that and figure out how you're going to do that in a way that you feel comfortable with, because you can do difficult things and feel comfortable doing them. That's absolute gold.
Awesome. And the question that makes my imposter syndrome prick up is, would you recommend working with me?
No, she's dreadful. I would 100% recommend working with you. I think you're fab, you know I do. I think it comes back to the thing that we were talking about right at the beginning of this conversation, is just you listen, and you listen really, really hard, and you are so considerate about how you can apply your skills to help. So it's never a paint by numbers exercise, ever. Never. And I know that sometimes you've come into sessions with me going, I've got no idea what I'm going to get today.
That's the fun bit, though.
We've always gone with it, and we've always come out. I don't think I've ever walked away from a session with you, and I mean, there's been a lot in 5 years. I don't think I've ever walked away from a session with you going, a lot of shit. Or that was disappointing, or I didn't get something of value out of that hour and a half, 2 hours. And I think that says quite a lot, really. You know, I've always had value from every conversation that we've had, because you listen to what I have to say, and then you figure out the best way of helping me tackle that. But the solution always comes from me. It never comes from you. You just help me with the framework of how to get me, even if it's just, 2 steps further forward. It's still progress, and then that gives me the confidence to take another step. And I haven't worked with a coach that has done that for me before. And I certainly wouldn't have spent 5 years working with somebody if I didn't feel like I was getting value from those sessions.
Thank you, my darling. And you know, it's been incredible, absolute joy and a privilege. And can't believe we're just a bit older, a bit wiser.
Stop it with the old. I'm certainly wiser. There is no two ways about it. But I'm definitely not older. I am Peter Pan. I'm saying him forever. Let's just ignore the fact that I creak and crack every time I get up off this sofa. But no, I think I wouldn't have made it to where I am personally today without you. So thank you.
Oh, thanks, lovely.